A Gursikh is that person who needs to recognize the lie within the truth, because oftentimes we're presented with a lie that is fashioned within truth. So for example, what happens in Prachar today? They'll take a truth and they'll fit it into a lie. So then the whole lie seems to be true. If I say Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj is the most beautifulest guru in the world, now put that into a lie. So how can Guru Sahib write about these tales, talk about Charitropakhyan? Like that's the often vichar that is given. How can Guru Sahib talk about all these things when these things are all talking about calm, they're talking about deception, they're trying to mix it all together? And like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. How could Guru Sahib be talking about? What they told you was true, that Guru Sahib does care about you, but then they fit it into a lie. Guru Sahib is trying to teach us that, Sikha, the world might present to you a little bit of truth in a pile of lies. You need to recognize the truth for what it is, and you need to recognize the lies for what it is. Yusuf did not have the understanding. Yusuf took it all together to be the truth. And for that reason, he was deceived. For that reason, he had to do something that he would probably never imagine himself doing. He went outside begging. He cut away his mustache, He had everything, but he lost everything in a matter of a second. Why? Because he fell for the play. He fell for the deception. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Saad Sangat Ji, welcome to the next session here in the Charitropakhyan series. Today we'll be exploring the 7th Charitar. This Charitar seems to be, in terms of time span, seems to be more around Guru Sahib's time. Well, one of the names that are brought up here shows us that this could be a more of a event that took place near to Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj's time period. So Saad Sangat Ji, we'll get straight into it. We'll have the screen be pulled up here for you. Dohra Shah Jahanabad mein ek Turki nar. So Shah Jahanabad is a upnaam for Delhi. Upnaam means a nickname, you can say. A nickname for Delhi, because during the period of Shah Jahan, Delhi was given the name of Shah Jahanabad, because Delhi is known to be one of the capital cities of India. Ek Turki nar, over there a Muslim lady. Turk means Turkni, Turk means a Muslim. Nar means Istri, a lady, a wife of a Muslim, meaning she must be Muslim herself. Ek chitra at din kiyo so tohe kaho sudar. Remember, the overlaying story is between Raja Charitr Singh and his mantris, his advisors. So his advisor is saying, Raja Ji, I'm going to tell you this story of a lady, a Muslim lady, who lived in Delhi at that time. Anek purkhata so sada nistin keel kamahe swan her lajitine ek avehe kajahe. They said that swan means a dog, kutta. Her means to see, lajit means sharamandiya. He's embarrassed. Yeah. They said whenever this lady was so low, right? This lady had committed such foul acts, right? According to Gurmat, that even if a dog were to see this lady, unu sharam andi si. A dog would feel sharam by seeing this type of lady. Yeah. Why? Because anek purkh, anek means anek, countless men. Purkh means men. So sada nistin kiel kamahe. And so countless men would come to this lady to enjoy themselves. Right? So in fact, she was married to a Muslim, who we're going to find out later who that Muslim is, but she herself was committing acts such as prostitute, like being a prostitute. She wasn't a prostitute, she was married, but she was acting in a way a prostitute would. So even a dog, Guru Sahib is giving an example, that even a dog would see her and unu sharamandisi, the dog would feel disgraced by seeing her. Yeah? In the sense that in India, in the South Asian community, a dog isn't seen the way we see a dog in the West. We see them as a pet. In India, or at least during this time period, dogs aren't seen as the most cleanest animals. Why? Because they'll put their mouth on anything, right? So if a dog is looking at a person and saying this person is a disgrace, imagine the level of low they're at. That's the point that this analogy is bringing forward. Chaupai so ik rahe Mughal ki bama, Jainabadi taako nama. So she was the wife of a Mughal, right? Ek Mughal di wife si. And her name was Jainabadi. And at the end we'll go through what this name means and what could be a translation, a spiritual translation to this Charitre. So her name was Jainabadi. She was a wife of a Mughal. Boho purkhan ko khel kamave, adik deeth nahe hirday lajave. So she would spend so much of her time with many men, yeah, outside of her relationship with her husband, who is a Mughal. And her heart, Guru Sahib is saying, hirday adik teeth nahe hirday lajave. She was so teeth, she was so stubborn, she was so rock-headed, you know, that her heart never melted. You know, her heart never felt like I'm doing the wrong thing. You know, her heart never felt anything for her husband, for her family that she's betraying. You know, Guru Sahib says a Muslim mom dil hove, right? Who's a Muslim? Guru Sahib tells us in Ad Maharaj, a Muslim is that person whose heart is like a candle, like a wax. Their heart should be like a candle that melts, right? A candle, when you put the flame on a candle, it starts melting. A Muslim should be that person whose heart melts, you know, in compassion. Guru Sahib is saying here, this person cannot call themselves a Muslim, you know. Why? Because she was so stubborn, she did not spend a single time on the path of Vaheguruji. So this name, Jainabadi, in Arabic, because this story is revolving around the Arabic kind of, or the Abrahamic type of culture. In Arabic, Jainabadi means that person who's viragman. Virag means to be without the love of this world, to be separate from this world, to see this world as a play and just seeing yourself as a watcher. You know, when we're going to watch a movie per se, when you're in the movie theater, you are watching the movie as a watcher. There's a hero in the movie. The hero might die, yeah. There might be certain actions that might take place. You might experience those emotions, enjoy those emotions. You might cry, you might laugh, you might experience those emotions. But the moment you walk out of that movie theater, you know it was just a movie. You don't suffer from that pain. You don't suffer from that emotions you had. You enjoyed those emotions. So Jainabadi is someone who is virag, who sees his world like a movie. Jyon supna ar pekhna, aise jag ko jaan. Know this world, Guru Sahib says, like a dream or like a play, like a movie. Pekhna means to see a movie. Jyon supna ar pekhna, aise jag ko jaan. Inme kach sacho nahi, nanak bin bhagwan. Nothing in this world is true besides Vaheguruji. The only essence to this world is Vaheguruji. Everything else is just a movie. We're here to just watch a movie and go home. That's all it is. Jainabadi means that viragman, that person who can see this world for what it is, a movie or a dream, and not get attached, not start suffering in the different emotions that are being presented in this movie. Instead, just to watch this movie for what it is. Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj calls himself a watcher. Right? In Bachitra Natak, they say, "Main ho param purkh ka dasa, dekhan aayo jagat tamasha." I am the das of Param Purkh, Vaheguruji. I am the das of that creator, that Swami, that master, and I'm here to just watch his play. So, Jainabadi Tanko Nama, her name represents that person who's supposed to be Viragman. But Guru Sahib says here, Anakatit nehe hirday lajave. She is so stubborn. Her heart does not melt. She's taking this play to be real. Yeah, she's taking this play to be so real, and she's not taking the path of Akal Purkh Vaheguruji's Gurmat. They're not taking the path of Dharam, of saint, of being a dharmic person, of being a devotee to God, to Allah Khuda. Not looked at that path at all. You know, she's hard-headed onto what she's doing. Dohra Jad Khan aage ho to beg Yusuf gayo aaye, par paraye utth thad pi thahe khaid tehraye. So what happens? One day she's with a man whose name is Jahid Khan, and her husband, who's a Mughal, a Muslim, his name is Beg Yusuf. Yusuf comes in home while she's with this guy named Jahid Khan. Once Yusuf comes home, he sees this guy in the house. He's like, who is this? You know? And what this lady Jainabadi does, she plays him. Yeah, Charitr literally means a play, right? It can also mean a play. She plays him, literally. You know, what she says is that she gets up right away and she's like, oh, this is a vad. Vad means a doctor. Bad Tehrai. She looks at Jahid Khan, or she's like, oh, this is a doctor. I've called him here for a reason. Adil tar aage tehliyo bachniyo pakhiyo tumre arth hai bad bol main rakhiyo. She said, I have called this bad, this doctor for you. Tumro arth hai, for you. Tuade vaste. Arth means vaste. Tumre means tuade. For you I've called this vad over, this doctor over. And this is the bachan she spoke. Bachan so pakhiyo, e bachan unne bole. Guru Sahib says, Tante beg ilaj bulai karaiya, hon hua kar abai arog turat kar jaya. They said that I've called this doctor for your ilaj, for your procedure, yeah, so that you can be totally arog. Yeah, arog means disease free. Dohra, and she's gonna make up now diseases that he has. Yusuf, he might not have any diseases, but they're going to show Yusuf to be very gullible, yeah, who believes his wife very easily. Dohra dore avata hokani soe urat swas. So she says, bahut hade jano dukh hai yeh tridok prakas. So she makes up 3 diseases for him, yeah, and these 3 diseases anyone can have. What are those? First, dore avat hokani. Dore means when you run. Yeah, when someone runs, ave hokani. Hokani means you get breathless. So when someone's running, they're definitely going to become breathless. They're going to lose their breath. And then next, soe urad swas. And then when you sleep, she tells them, you have very deep breathing. You deep breathe. Yeah. Bahut thade jano dukh hai yeh tridok prakash. And when you thade means to stand. When you stand up for a long time, your janu means your knees. Yeah, thode good day. Oh dukhan lapande. She says like when you stand up for a long time, your knees hurt, don't they? Yeah. Tridok prakash. These are 3 dokh. These are 3 diseases that you have. And he's like, yeah, I do have these diseases. When I run, I become breathless. When I sleep, I have long breaths. And when I stand for too long, my knees are hurting, you know. And these are typical things that anyone could be dealing with. So showing how gullible Yusuf is in this Charitr, yeah? Showing how uncompassionate, you know, his wife is, Jainabadi. That's what Guru Sahib is presenting here in this story. Adil tumro karo ilaj na hasi janyo, rog het anusaro buro mat manyo. बैद धाए गुरमित ते भेद दुराया हों कहो कवन के आगे बिरथा जनाया. Now the vad, yeah, Jahid Khan, Jahid Khan, he's now playing the role of a doctor now, right? He's realizing this is what she's doing. He's got to play along, right? So he says to her, to Yusuf, he says, "Tumro karo ilaj, na hasi janiyo." Don't laugh. I'm going to do your ilaj. I'm going to do your procedure. You don't have to find this funny, you know, as in your diseases that you have. Now he's instilling the doubt, right? She placed a doubt in Yusuf that you're diseased and these are diseases you have. And before he starts thinking like, wait a second, like, you know, maybe this is something that everyone can have. Before that thought even arises, Jahid Khan steps in. He's like, don't laugh. This is real. I'll do your solution, right? So he solidifies the doubt. She presents him the doubt. He solidifies it. And then rog het anusaro buro mat manne ki ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਰੋਗ ਹੈ ਨੀ, for your disease, I'm going to give you a solution. You don't have to you don't have to be uncomfortable in any way. You know, it's like saying to someone, hey, you are going through a hard time, you're depressed, we're here for you, we don't judge you for that. You know, it's like that. He's basically trying to give Yusuf the confidence in his quote unquote diseases. He says that when you meet a doctor, yeah, or you meet a guru, you meet a teacher, you should not hide your diseases from them. Yeah, you should feel comfortable to explain what your problems are. So now he's using real concepts, right? So this is a real concept in the South Asian community, that if you're going to a doctor or you're going to a guru, you shouldn't hide anything. You should present to them what you're going through, right? If you're going to a doctor, you shouldn't hide that you're sick or you have a certain disease. In the same way, if you're going to the guru, you shouldn't hide anything either. You should be open, you should be honest. So they're using these real concepts and mixing it, in a bowl of jute, in a soup of jute. They're mixing it, a soup of lies. They're mixing the truth in, so that Yusuf cannot determine what is true and what is a lie anymore. He doesn't have that buddhi, the vivek buddhi, to see what is a truth and what is a lie. And that is what vivek buddhi is. Bib ek, bib means two, ek means one. Within duality, two means duality. Within duality, to see the oneness. Yeah. Within a bowl of lies, to see what the truth is. That is called vivek buddhi. And that is what Guru Sahib gives a Gurmukh, the vision to see the truth within the lies. Yeah, the vision to see Paramatma within this illusion, to see God within this illusion, see the divine within this illusion. And they're showing here Yusuf is that person who does not have the ability to do that yet. Yusuf here is presented as that person who is so gullible, and he's being mixed in there with all the lies and the truth, and he can't recognize what is a lie and what is the truth. If you were to lie to a doctor or your guru, then who would you go and tell the truth to? So he's making him feel comfortable with his diseases. Yeah, and those diseases, again, they were given to him. Yeah, his wife gave him those diseases, saying that you are diseased, you have these 3 diseases. You can't stand for too long, your knees start hurting. If you run, you start getting breathless, and you sleep with long breaths. She presented him with those diseases. The Vad comes in, solidifies that, and says, don't feel uncomfortable sharing this with me. You can definitely talk about this with me, and I'll give you the solution for that. Now they're going to give him the solution, which is also outrageous. Kabit dadari chabai taake muriye tasai kani cherin chukai vahe jutan ki marka. राख सिर पाई ताकि मुझे भी बढ़ाई दूं ऐसे तीखे लाई को सके ना उचार के. Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj in a kabit. So this is the creativity of Guru Sahib coming out. They're presenting what seems to us, as how a person is going to be tricked, how Yusuf is going to be played, and they're being so creative with that. It's not like they're being depressed, about someone else's depression. They're not. Guru Sahib is not being depressed in someone else's sadness, or someone else's misery. Instead, they're playing and they're showing that it's just a color of life. It's one of those colors of life. All the colors of life are beautiful in their own way. So this color of life, for someone who's played, it has its own beauty, and Guru Sahib is taking it out in this kabit. Obviously, the beauty of that doesn't mean that we should also become gullible in that way. Obviously, that's why Guru says writing the Charitr. So they're saying, Khasi suchet ho, be aware of your surroundings, being aware of how people might play you. That's exactly what Guru Sahib is showing here. That the Khalsa needs to be suchet. The Khalsa should have a bit of Rajniti, have a little bit of political mindness, and to understand, hey, this person might be playing me right now. This person might be lying to me right now. To be a little chalak, right? Why? Because a Bhagat is so siddha sada. Right? A devotee is so siddha. A devotee does not have any turns to them. A devotee has no jalaki to them, no mischievous intent to them. But Guru Sahib is saying that my Bhagat should have a little bit of siyanap. My Bhagat should have a little bit of street smarts. They should know how this world works so that they can handle themselves in this world. So basically, the Vad, Jahid Khan, right? He presents a few solutions to him. He first says, here, take this plant, this grain. The grain is called dadri. And in the Mahan Kosh, Bhai Khan Singh Nabha translate dadri to be the jawar fasal. The jawar fasal is, in English, the great millet. It's a grain, So dadri chabai, he makes him suck on the jawar fasal. He makes him suck on a few grains, and then he makes him do some crazy stuff. He makes him hit himself with his slippers, and then he makes him cut off his mucha, mucha pi mundai do, his two sides of his mustache. They make him shave that off as well, Ko sakya na uchar ka. They made him look so impresentable that he cannot go outside and he cannot tell anyone his state anymore. That's how low they made him. So Yusuf, he's married, he has a wife, he must have some standing in his community. But now he's losing everything. They're stripping him away of all. And why? Because he did not recognize the lie within the truth. Godari darai tante peek pi mangai tehe aise ko Charitr tahe grehe te nikar ka. Then what happens? They make him wear a godari. A godari is something a beggar would wear. Yeah, they make him wear a beggar's clothes, and they make him go outside his house and unu peek mangande. They're like, you now have to go to your community and start begging. Outrageous solutions, medicine they're giving to him. But he's falling for it, he's believing it. So now he's going to go outside his house and he's going to beg around. And Guru Sahib says, Aise ka Charitre tahe grehe te nikar ke. With such a play, his wife played him in such a way that she made him homeless when he had a home. Right? She made him leave the house, go around begging when he was the malik of the house. He was the owner of the home. And in real life, situations like that always happen, where a male or a female might be in a relationship which is very toxic, where the partner is not in there for the progression of the family, instead they're in there for their own selfish intents. Yeah, maybe one person will play the other person for their house. Maybe they'll play them for their financial stability. Maybe they'll play them for the kids. Maybe they'll do something to get rid of that person so that they can take over whatever they want. So in this way, Yusuf is being played. He's lost his house. He's become a beggar, when he himself was the person who owned that house. So, Triya ko aise Charitr vahi ko dikhaye jar aap tar gayo mahamurk ko tar gaya. So once the Mahamurk, Guru Sahib calls Yusuf a Mahamurk, he's just been played. Once he leaves, Jahid Khan, the so-called doctor, Nan steps out of the house too. He's like, all right, I'm free to go. He's not here anymore. So he steps out of the house. Chopei peek mang bohro kar ayo. So once he's done begging around, he comes back home. Yusuf. Tahan tavan ke daras na payo. When he comes home, he doesn't see Jahid Khan anymore. He doesn't see the doctor anymore. Kaho gayo jin mor rog katayas. He asked his wife, where did that doctor go that took away all my diseases? Because of him, I'm so lucky. All my diseases are gone. I've done what he told me to do. Now I'm disease free. And Guru Sahib says, Yeh jad pev nek neh payas. This murk, jad means murk. Pe means the deception. Nek neh payas. He could not smell the deception that was going on. He could not see the deception that his wife was playing against him. He fell for the play. Tab ablayo bachan uchare. At that moment, his wife said these words. Kaho baat sunmeet hamare. She says, I'm going to tell you what happened to the doctor. Hey mere pyare mitr suno. She gives him love, right? She fakes it. She's giving him fake love. She says, oh my friend, my pyare mitr, my beloved friend, listen, I'll tell you what happened to that doctor. Sid okhad jaake kar ayo na dat in bohar na daras dikhayo. Once the doctor's medicine works on someone, that doctor will never come back again. Yeah. Sid okhad means medicine. Yeah. Once his okhad siddh ho janda, once the medicine is perfected, it works, then doctor bohar na daras dikhayo, o fir apna darshan nahi dikhanda, the doctor never shows his face again. Yeah. So this is the principle that the doctor lives by. She's again lying to him. Dohra mantri aur rasayani jo bhagan mil jaat da aukhad tab hi paja bohar na daras dikhat. She says a mantri and a rasayani, a advisor mantri, and the rasayani means that the person who can make something magically happen. These two people ਇਹ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਆ a advisor and sort a miracle man. Only a very blessed person can receive these two people in their lives. These people give their medicine. Advisor gives their advisement, a magical miracle man gives his miracle, and then they never are seen again. They're a one time in a life kind of thing. So whatever his wife said, Yusuf believed it to be true. Sat, unne sat मान लिया कि सत वचन, what you just said is 100% truth. Ped aped jad kachu na janyo. He could not see the deception in the truth. He could not see the lie and the truth for what it was. He mixed it all together and he said, "You are saying the truth to me." Taso adik so niho sudaryo, mero bado rog triyataryo, and he started having even more love for his wife. And mero bado rog triyataryo, he thought to himself that my huge disease, mero bado rog, my huge disease that I had, my wife had taken away. My wife has taken away from me this huge disease that I carried. And here it's Charitropakhyan ne Triyajantre Mantri Poop Jainabadi Saptamo. Saptamo means seventh. Charitra Samapat. Here the seventh Charitra has been completed. Guru Sahib's apar kirpa. And here one thing that I would say is that a Gursikh is that person who needs to recognize the truth within, the lie within the truth. Because oftentimes we're presented with a lie that is fashioned within truth. So for example, what happens in Prachar today? Yeah? As a Pracharik, that's what comes to my mind, is what happens in Prachar today. Prachar, they'll take a truth, right? And they'll fit it into a lie. So then the whole lie seems to be true. Does that make sense? If I say Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj is the most beautifulest Guru in the world. Yeah? Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, it cares for us. It's the truth. Now put that into a lie. So how can Guru Sahib write about these tales? Talk about Charitropakhyan, like that's the often vichar that is given. How can Guru Sahib talk about all these things when these things are all talking about calm, they're talking about deception, they're trying to mix it all together. And you're like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. How could Guru Sahib be talking about it? You don't think that there is, yet that what they told you was true, that Guru Sahib does care about you, but then they fit it into a lie. So Guru Sahib is trying to teach us that, Sikha, the world might present to you a little bit of truth in a pile of lies. You need to recognize the truth for what it is, and you need to recognize the lies for what it is. Yusuf did not have the understanding. Yusuf took it all together to be the truth. And for that reason, he was deceived. For that reason, he had to do something that he would probably never imagine himself doing. He went outside begging. He cut away his mustache, He cut away his identity. Mustache meaning his honor. In India, a mustache was seen to be your honor, your pride. That you had some type of chaudhary, or you have some type of leadership in your community. People kept the mustache. So his mustache was shaved out to show that he's nothing anymore. He's out begging now to show that like he had everything, but he lost everything. In a matter of seconds, just a matter of seconds. Why? Because he fell for the play. He fell for the deception. So Sah Sangaji, here ends the 7th Charitra, and Das looks forward to seeing you in the next session. Bhul Chuka di Khema Bakshini ji, please forgive us for all our mistakes. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki Fateh.